Your neighbor's house and lot is smaller than yours. They probably spent less on it too. But when someone drives down your street for the first time, they slow down in front of their house, not yours. And the worst part? It has nothing to do with square footage, nothing to do with the neighborhood. It has everything to do with 10 mistakes sitting right there in your front yard, mistakes most homeowners never even notice, because nobody ever pointed them out. Today, we're going through every single one, and I'll tell you right now, some of these you can fix this weekend for under $30. Others take a little more time, but all of them are costing you more than you think. In curb appeal, in perceived value, and in the way people see your home before they ever step inside. Let's start with number 10. Mistake number 10. Dead or dying. Grass patches. Nothing signals neglect faster than a front lawn with brown patches scattered across it. And here's what most people don't realize. Your neighbors aren't consciously thinking that lawn is dead. What they're feeling is something harder to shake. The sense that nobody's paying attention. That the house is on its way down, not up. The good news is this is one of the cheapest fixes on this list. A bag of quality grass seed runs about $18 to $25. Add a bag of topsoil for another $8. Water it consistently for 3 weeks, and those patches are gone. But here's the part most people skip. Before you seed, figure out why the grass died there. Is it too much shade? Poor drainage? Compacted soil? Because if you don't fix the root cause, it comes back. And now you've wasted your money and your time. Fix the cause first, then seed, then water. It's a $30 fix that completely changes how your lawn reads from the street. Mistake number 9. Mismatched or faded house numbers. Go outside right now. Walk to the end of your driveway. Can you clearly read your house numbers from there? What about at night? And do they match, even remotely, the style and color of your facade? Because here's something that hits harder than you'd expect. A $6 plastic number stuck on a $300,000 home is like wearing a designer suit with broken sneakers. The contrast doesn't just stand out, it undermines everything around it. People don't consciously notice bad house numbers, but they feel something is off. They feel like the details weren't thought through. And once someone senses that about a house, they start looking for other things that weren't thought through. The fix is simple. Floating metal numbers, mounted with proper spacing, good contrast against your wall color. A full set runs between $40 and $90 depending on size and finish. Brushed black or matte bronze work on almost any facade. It's a 1-hour Saturday morning project. And the difference from the street is immediate. Mistake number 8. Overgrown or shapeless shrubs. There's a version of this mistake that everyone recognizes. Shrubs so overgrown they're touching the windows, blocking the walkway, basically eating the house. But there's a subtler version that's almost more damaging. Shrubs that are kind of trimmed, uneven, asymmetrical, no clear shape. Like someone started the job, got tired, and stopped halfway. That incomplete look sends a specific message, and it's not a good one. Landscaping doesn't have to be expensive or elaborate, but it has to look intentional. A basic hedge trimmer costs $25 to $45 at any hardware store. Spend one afternoon getting clean, symmetrical lines on what you already have. No new plants needed. No landscaper required. Just intention. That's all it takes to go from neglected to polished. Mistake number 7. A front door that disappears. Your front door is the face of your home. It's the first thing a visitor actually focuses on up close. It's where their eye naturally lands when they look at your facade. And yet, in so many homes, the front door is completely forgettable. Same beige as the walls. Generic style. No hardware worth noticing. A weak front door doesn't just look boring. It drags down the entire facade around it. because if the focal point disappoints, everything else loses its impact. Here's the fix, and it costs almost nothing. 1 can of exterior paint, $40 to $55. Go dark, black, charcoal gray, deep navy, forest green. A dark door gives any home instant character and visual weight. It creates contrast. It creates presence. It tells people, before they ring the bell, that someone with taste lives here. New hardware to match, a matte black handle, a proper knocker, adds another $35 to $70. Together, under $130, your front door becomes the best-looking thing on the street. Mistake number 6. Cheap or mismatched outdoor lighting. Walk past your house at night sometime. Actually, do it. Walk to the other side of the street and look back. Does your home have a presence after dark? Or does it just disappear? Because here's what most people don't think about. Your home is seen at night just as much as during the day. And a facade with no intentional lighting looks vacant. It looks unfinished. It looks like nobody's home, permanently. There are 2 problems I see constantly. First, fixtures that are too small for the facade. What looked right at the hardware store looks like a toy next to your door. The rule is simple. Your fixture should be roughly 1/3 the height of your door. And from the street, any fixture reads at about half its actual size. Keep that in mind. Second, only having one light source. One bulb by the door is security lighting. That's not design. What works is layering. A properly sized fixture by the door. $70 to $150, plus solar path lights along the walkway. $25 to $40 for a set of 6. That combination alone transforms your facade at night completely. Mistake number 5. No defined borders or edges. This one's invisible until you know what to look for, and then you can't unsee it. Lawn bleeding into flower bed. Flower bed bleeding into driveway. No clear lines. No separation. Everything just kind of merges together. Even if you have beautiful plants, beautiful grass, beautiful mulch, without defined edges, it all reads as one big blur from the street. And a blur doesn't look expensive. It looks accidental. Clean edges are one of the most powerful tools in curb appeal, and almost nobody talks about them. A manual edger costs $20 to $35. One afternoon running a clean line between your lawn and your beds, between your driveway and your grass. And suddenly your entire front yard looks like it was professionally designed. It's not what you plant. It's the lines between what you plant. That's what separates a yard that looks expensive from one that doesn't. If any of these have made you look at your front yard differently, we're only halfway through, and the next 5 hit even harder. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming every week. Content that saves you thousands on mistakes nobody else is talking about. Mistake number 4. Cluttered or mismatched decor. A ceramic frog. A plastic flamingo. A welcome sign in 3 different fonts. A seasonal decoration that's been there since last year. I'm not saying outdoor decor is bad. I'm saying random outdoor decor is the fastest way to make an expensive house look chaotic and cheap. There's a rule in exterior design. Less is always more in the front yard. Choose one focal point, a great planter, a statement piece by the door, and let that breathe. That single intentional item does 10 times more for your curb appeal than 10 random pieces scattered around. Go outside and remove anything that doesn't have a clear purpose or a clear style. Seriously, remove it, step back, and look. You'll be surprised how much better it looks with less. This fix costs nothing. It just takes honesty. Mistake number 3. Driveway and walkway. Neglect. Your driveway is one of the largest surfaces visible from the street, and most homeowners treat it like it's invisible. Cracks that have been there for years. Oil stains that never got cleaned. A concrete walkway that's turned gray and dull because nobody's touched it since it was poured. Here's the thing. You don't need to replace it. You need to clean it and seal it. A concrete cleaner and degreaser, $15 to $20. A concrete sealer, the kind that brings back that fresh, slightly wet look, $30 to $50. Apply both on a dry afternoon and your driveway looks new. For cracks, a concrete crack filler is $8 to $12. Takes 20 minutes. Prevents the crack from spreading and makes the whole surface look maintained instead of abandoned. Your driveway isn't just a place to park. It's part of the face your home shows the world. Treat it that way. Mistake number 2. No focal point in the front yard. When someone looks at your front yard, where does their eye land? If the answer is nowhere in particular, that's the problem. A yard without a focal point looks like a collection of things. A plant here, a bush there, some grass, maybe a tree somewhere. Nothing anchors it. Nothing draws you in. And that scattered feeling translates directly into, this yard looks cheap. Every front yard needs one dominant element that the eye travels to first. It doesn't have to be elaborate. A large statement planter flanking the front door, $60 to $120. A small ornamental tree centered in the yard, $40 to $80. A beautiful address post or mailbox that commands attention, $50 to $100. Pick one. Place it with intention. Everything else becomes supporting cast. Suddenly your yard has composition. It has design, and design is what makes people slow down. Mistake number 1. No mulch or old, faded mulch. This is number 1 because it has the single biggest impact per dollar spent of anything on this list. And it's the one I see neglected the most. Old mulch that's gone gray and flat. Bare dirt showing through flower beds. Or, and this is just as bad, no mulch at all. Just plants sitting in exposed, compacted soil. Fresh mulch does 4 things simultaneously. It makes your beds look intentional and designed. It creates contrast that makes your plants pop visually. It suppresses weeds, which means less maintenance for you. And it retains moisture, which means healthier plants. Researchers found that homes with well-maintained landscaping, not fancy landscaping, just maintained landscaping, are perceived as up to 12% more valuable than identical homes without it. That's perception. That's curb appeal doing real financial work. A bag of premium dark hardwood mulch, $5 to $8. An average front yard takes 4 to 6 bags. Total cost, $25 to $50. Spread it 2 to 3 inches deep around everything you already have. Keep it away from plant stems. Step back and look. You just did in one afternoon what most homeowners never get around to doing. And it shows, immediately, from the street. 10 mistakes. Some you had, some you didn't. But now you see them. And that's already most of the battle. Because the front of your home speaks before you ever open the door. It tells people how you take care of what's yours. It tells them how much attention you pay to the details. And the good news is, every single one of these has a fix. Some of them this weekend. Others take a little longer. But none of them require a contractor, a big budget, or a designer. Just intention and a free Saturday. Tell me in the comments, which of these 10 did you recognize in your own yard? Whatever comes up the most, that's the next video. A full step-by-step breakdown on exactly how to fix it. And if you don't want to miss that, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit the bell. See you in the next one.